Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in keeping with the Lenten season, Ash Wednesday start on Wednesday. My family and I are going not meatless but less meat. Today we're doing a seafood pasta dish. It's lobster and shrimp is what we're using. So my frozen shrimp and lobster tails. I have broccoli rabe that I bought from the farmer's market that was washed and cut and put in the freezer. So it's kind of like a frozen treat of a meal today because everything comes straight from the freezer. I do have some fresh carrots here, fresh slivered garlic and onions, but of course I'm using my trusty frozen peppers and onion mix. And we're using the pasta that we're using is cavatappi. Well, you can use any pasta of your liking. If you want an elbow, ziti, it's just up to you. Pasta is pasta. It's just the design, the shape of the pasta that we're using is a cavatappi. It's going to be a seafood pasta, which is shrimp and lobster with stir fry pasta. All right. So with that, we have the pot going, and we're gonna start our meal. Okay, so we have a pot that's hot. We're gonna be going in with my favorite uh, choice of oil is my trusty extra virgin coconut oil. Okay, the coconut oil. Let me turn the stove up a little bit more. Stove up on medium. I had it on low. Turning it on medium. Going in is the chopped onions. Slivered garlic. And I have some fresh orange peppers and carrots that I'm going to be adding in. And I'll walk. I'm going to saute that. Because I don't like my veggie overcooked, you know, I'm going to now be adding in um, our frozen broccoli rabe that was washed and cut and frozen by me. I love broccoli rabe. Has a nice little bitter kick. And just the regular broccoli. So you can hear it searing now. I just turned the flames up on high because I want to sear this on high without overcooking my veggies. And remember, the broccoli rabe is frozen, so it has a certain amount of water that you really want to evaporate real quickly. This is, my frozen treats, so I'm also going in with frozen peppers and onions, pepper onion blend, and look how those colors are popping. Look at that. Still on high heat. Uncovered, so most of that moisture coming from the frozen vegetables will evaporate. I'm now going in with my frozen lobster tails and shrimp, going in whole, so not really chopping them up. Okay. Nice big chunks of lobster and shrimp. I have it on high, and you can still see all that liquid coming through from the frozen vegetables and frozen shrimp and lobster. I'm going to continue to keep it on high. At this time, I'm going to take the opportunity to season. First, I'm going in with some adobo. Paprika. Just a sprinkle. My trusty crushed red peppers. For a little spicy kick. This is pink Himalayan salt. That's in a grinder. We're just gonna grind it. A nice generous portion of salt. The pasta was already cooked in generous salt. That's when you actually do have a chance to really season your pastas during the boiling process. So you want to make sure that when you're boiling your pasta is nicely salted or seasoned. You can put a bouillon cube in your pasta water when you're boiling it. Just make sure your pasta is nicely seasoned from the boiling process. because my family does enjoy that little um, kick of pepper, I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of cayenne pepper. My kids don't mind a little kick of pepper. We're gonna, at this point, just put a cover on and allow the seafood to really defrost and melt, and the shrimp starts turning pink, so you know they're cooking. Because they do have ice in them, they're all frozen. It's going to take a little bit for them to defrost, which they're doing that. You see all the liquid that's accumulating in the pan. Going to just cover them up for about 2 minutes or so. So we'll be back after like 2 minutes of it being covered. So we're back after 2 minutes of the seafood being covered up. And you see that nice orange color we're getting on the lobsters, and the shrimps are turning orange, so you know they're getting to their cooking state. At this point now, we're adding some stir-fry sauce. Kikkoman stir-fry sauce I'm going to be adding in. This had to be about 3 tablespoons. To give it that nice charred stir-fry flavor. And at this point now we're going to add in the pasta. As I tell you, my pasta was already cooked, salted. You stir that pasta in. Your flame is still on high. And that pasta is actually going to absorb some of that liquid that was released from the vegetables and from the frozen shrimp and lobster. Make sure your pasta is coated in that stir-fry sauce. And that's it. Once your shrimp is curled, you know it's cooked. That's a cooked shrimp. See, it's pink. Plus it's curled. You know that's a cooked shrimp. You don't want to overcook your shrimp, because then they become rubbery. You overcook your lobster, it becomes rubbery. So at this point now, You're going to do a quick taste test. And if the flavors are what you want, you're good to go. If not, then you can add extra seasoning. I'm going to be tasting. Okay. So I have some pasta and I have a piece of lobster. I have a little greens and I'm going in for the taste. This needs nothing, guys. Has a nice kick of pepper. I'm tasting the stir fry sauce that I use from Picamon. My pastas are nicely coated. And at this point, we could go ahead and kill the flames. Okay. And that's it. That's it. Dinner's ready. When I come back, I'll come back with a nice plating of what our stir-fry seafood pasta dish came out looking like. You'll be back.